What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Man Up Here coming at you with a video. This one here is Houston Texans versus Indianapolis Colts before the game. Now, before I get into that, I do want to bring out some news here that the Texans have placed offensive lineman Central Henderson on the reserve list and signed Chris Clark. Excuse me. So, with that being said, and then also too, the Texans have been seeing that Kenny Stills has been doing pretty good, in practice, and there is a possibility that he might play against the Colts this coming Sunday. So Chris Clark, was waived by the New Orleans Saints, and Texans have picked him up, since we got some injuries on our offensive line now, especially with Titus Howard out with the MCL sprain. And then Central Williams, who they just placed on the injured reserve list. So they got to do something, you know what I'm saying? So, because it's been working pretty well, you know what I'm saying, protecting Deshaun Watson in the last 2 games, 0 sacks in the last 2 games. Yeah, he's gotten hit a couple of times, but, that's better than what it was at first, I'll put it like that. So that is a step in the right direction. So now let me go ahead and get into this before the game. Now with this game here, I had us projected to win this game 20-17. And like I said before, I've done all of my predictions at the end of preseason. This was before any trades, any injuries to key players, anybody that got benched or anything like that. So I've already did my preseason. Not my preseason. I'm sorry. Before the season prediction, you can go ahead and check that out if you like. It's called the Houston Texans 2019 season. So go and check that out. Now, with that being said, this one here is going to be in Indy, and we do have a hard time stopping T.Y. Hilton. It was one time, he showed up to the Texans Stadium last season, talking about this was his house, his home away from home. Now, I found that to be disrespectful, but we haven't stopped the dude, so he can pretty much say what he wants until we stop him. You know what I'm saying? Just one of those kind of things. So with that being said, it's our time to stop him now. You know what I'm saying? Bradley Roby is out, with a hamstring, so we're not able to use him to, try to slow down T.Y. Hilton. And then another one for the Colts is that running back, Marlon Mack. He is a pretty good running back, and I think we're going to have to probably use somewhat of the same formula that we used against the Chiefs on the Colts to keep them off the field and keep their defense on the field. Because the the Colts defense is pretty good, but it's not top ranked. So it's going to be kind of difficult to try to see, what. It's going to be one of those type of things that, we're going to have to try to use our offense as our defense. Not saying our defense ain't good, it's just one of those things that we're going to have to do, if that makes sense how I'm putting it. Kind of like what we did in the Chiefs game. Use our offense as our defense to keep them off the field. Hey, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to have to kind of use some of that same formula, but not as much as we did. So I think, I just think that, like I said, with the Chiefs game, I predicted that we needed to use short passes in the run game to beat them, and we did. But this time, man, we got to limit our mistakes. We can't keep making those same mistakes and thinking that we're going to always overcome those mistakes. So, but that just shows that, we can overcome adversity, even our own adversity. So with this here Colts game, DJ Reader and J.J. Watt, Bernard McKinney, I think it's going to be a key factor for us on defense. All three of those are going to have to be a key factor for us to make things happen. Excuse me. Now, with that being said, though, I do want to say this here. I know Jalen Ramsey got traded from the Jaguars, and here's the thing that I said: if any Texan fans is celebrating that, that's not a good thing. I'm not liking the fact that Andrew Luck retired. I know he retired because of injuries and stuff. He need to let his body heal. And I think that when you're celebrating the fact that star players of the opposing team is gone, me personally, I don't like it. I like to have the best competition out there. Like, to quote the great Ric Flair, in order to beat a man, you got to beat the man. And that is so true. You got to beat the man. You know, like a lot of people right now are saying that we are the team to beat in the AFC. Hey, I'm a Texan fan. Hey, I'm going to ride with that. But in all honesty, we got to beat the man to beat a man. The Patriots is who won the Super Bowl. We got to beat them if we want to stake that claim. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, I'm not a big fan of that. I want the best competition. Now, going back to T.Y. Hilton. I do remember last season he showing up to a Texans game wearing a clown mask. Did not like that. Talking about the Texans Stadium is his house, his home away from home. He owns NRG Stadium. Well, this game here is going to be in Indianapolis. It's time for Deshaun Watson to say he owns that place. That's his home. Now, I know Deshaun Watson's not that type of person, but we all feel like that on the inside. So, with all that being said, I still have us predicted to win this game 2017. The reason why I'm saying this is going to be a close game is because, of course, it's a divisional game, and we all know divisional games most of the time are pretty close because you play each other a lot, so you're gonna know each other's schemes. You know what the head coaches love to do for the most part. So that's why I say that. Now, also too, another thing that I think we're gonna have to do on offense. Now, if Kenny Stills play, now this is an if on him. Now, the last report that I saw did not say that he was going to play, did not say that he wasn't. The last report that I saw that said that he was a full participant in practice, and he's aiming to play on Sunday against the Colts. Now, if anything else has came up since then, I have not seen it yet, so wait and see what happens. Now, also too, this is another thing that I want to talk about here. With Andrew Luck gone and we got Jacoby Brissett at quarterback, I know we don't fare too well against Jacoby Brissett when he was with New England. When he backed up Tom Brady, those few times that we played, and we lost to him. I think it was 2 or 3 times. I forget exactly. But here's the thing. Me personally, I'm not saying Jacoby Brissett is not a bad quarterback. He's pretty decent. He's pretty good. And right now, if I'm not mistaken, the Colts record is 3-2 because they had a bye. So I do believe their record is 3-2. Yes, it is 3-2 because they had a bye last week. So now, another thing is this here. Frank Reichs, is the coach of the Colts, and he always liked to say that the Texans is the class of the AFC South. I know he's giving us respect. I know he's saying all the right things and things like that. But don't take that, at face value. He wants to win just like everybody else. I know he respects opponents and stuff like that, and that's just how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and another thing as well too. This is what I want to see right here. We coming down the stretch before our bye, because now we got the Colts, and then the Raiders, and then the Jaguars, which we play in London. We play Jaguars in London, and then we have our bye. We're coming down to the stretch of the season. So we're going to have to try to keep up this momentum that we've been on, beating the Falcons, beating the Chiefs, which is a good team. The Falcons is a good team too. I know they don't have a good record, but they are a good team. They have great offense, just not good defense. A lot of people want to say when we beat the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes wasn't at his best. I don't like excuses. It's a game. You play to win. It is what it is. So, with all that being said, though, man, at the end of the day, man, T.Y. Hilton is going to show out again. At least try to show out again against us. Now, I know Bradley Roby is not projected to play to try to slow him down, because that's the main reason why we got him, to slow down T.Y. Hilton. Because T.Y. Hilton last season was battling ankle injury, or was it hamstring? I think it was. One of the two, or maybe both. And he still put up, about 200 yards almost on us, with 2 touchdowns or something like that. So the man is blatantly disrespecting H-Town. Now, like I said, I know this game right here is going to be in Indy, but he's blatantly disrespecting H-Town. Can't have that. So now we got to go into their home and show them. We got to show them in Lucas Oil Stadium that rerun this. You know what I'm saying? So, and I know now with the team basically gelling together, offensive line is playing as a good coherent now, playing like a good, well-oiled machine. Well, so now it's time for us to show, we can stand with anybody. Now, excuse me. With our with our wins, with our win against the Chiefs, of course it keeps us up top of the division, but we got to keep this in mind. We have to, my personal opinion, we have to win all AFC games. I know that's easier said than done, but the reason why I'm saying that is when it comes down to tiebreakers, when it comes down to playoff seeding, things like that, this is what we're going to need. And now with us beating the Chiefs, and the Colts also beating the Chiefs the week before, that kind of puts us even, but it kind of puts us over the top of just a little bit, because we're 4-2 and they're 3-2. And the only reason why they're 3-2 because they came off their bye. So now we're finna get ready to battle for AFC South supremacy. Now we're finna get ready to try to show this is our division. Now I do think that it is time to show the rest of the league we're not the laughing stock of the NFL anymore. We're not choke artists. We don't just make the playoffs and lose in the first round or maybe the second round. We have to now try to stake our claim in the AFC and particularly in the NFL as well too. So now with that being said too as well too, I am going to go ahead and make another prediction here. I'm going to try to write this down so I remember it. I think now this game here, I think it's going to be DeAndre Hopkins breakout game of the season. I know people want to say he's been held in check. No, not really. I mean, don't really have to lean on him that much. Now we got other great weapons. For the most part, our wide receiver core is healthy. Besides Kenny Stills, I know. But for the most part, our wide receiver core is healthy. And so, but I think, with Will Fuller having a breakout game against Atlanta, I think this is going to be DeAndre Hopkins' breakout game. So I'm going to right now predict that DeAndre Hopkins have about a $150. Yeah, I'm gonna say about 150 yards, and I'm gonna say three. No, I'm gonna say go ahead and say say like 2 touchdowns. He's gonna have his breakout season. Excuse me, breakout game this season. So with that being said, though, man, I am looking forward to this game. I am looking forward to. Uh, 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 I am looking forward to us showing the Colts, the Titans, and the Jaguars, which we already beat the Jaguars earlier in the season, but still, I am looking forward for us to showing that we're top of this division. This is our division now. We own it. The Colts had it way back in the day when they when they had Peyton Manning. Now it's our turn. So, with all that being said, I'm finna go ahead and get up out of here. Finna chuck the deuce at you. This is your boy, Man Up. You was in the man cave. Now, guess what? Sorry, but I gotta kick you out the man cave. Holla.